Sync your breath with your movement, the focus of today's video. So what we're talking about here is when you're doing a Qigong movement is to coordinate the breath with the movement. So you would breathe in and the arms, body would move, you'd breathe out and we'd continue with that movement and so on. So why is this important? Matching our movements to our breath provides an additional boost to the flow of qi. Syncing the movement gives us a reason to focus our mind on what's going on as well, because we want the two to finish at the same time. We are engaging all three aspects of our body in the practice. Our physical body, the Jing, our energetic body, the qi, and the third aspect, our mind, our intellect, the Shen. So that's why it's important. Just coordinate your breath with your movement. So we're going to be demonstrating in a little bit here, but you start by inhaling and you start the movement at the same time. And and we inhale for 4 seconds. So at the end of the 4 seconds, you want to finish the movement and finish the breath. And you want to also have breathed in for filling the lungs. Usually we're just here in the top of the chest, but we want to get all the way down, filling the bottom of the lungs, expanding the abdomen. So a nice deep breath. So let me just go back here and we'll do a brief demonstration. So this is standing on a boat. So we start with inhale. We let the arms rise up. And then exhale. We let the arms come on down. So we're inhaling for a count of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're looking to do is make sure that we have nice, smooth movements. You want to finish the breath at the same time as you finish the individual movement in that Qigong exercise. So as we saw a few minutes ago, inhale, we start the movement. At the end of 4, we want to finish the breath, finish the count, finish the movement. So we're coordinating the breath with the movement. It helps to make sure that we have a consistency in our practice so that each of the movements is for 4 seconds. So inhale and exhale for a count of 4. It involves the mind, it involves the physical aspect of the body, and it involves the qi movement as well, as we come up and as we come down. So we're also, stretching the front of the body, stretching the back of the body. So all of these movements done slowly helps to get the qi to move throughout the body. Now occasionally, and I run into this in my practice as well, there's different exercises where I just finished a movement and it's nice, the body's going, it would be really good to just pause here for a moment and sort of, like not breathe in, not breathe out, pause in our breath because it feels good, it feels right. It only happens in a few places in some of the different movements that I do where it's like, we do this and the hands come around to the hips and we have a bit of a dragon's back going on and I just finished the count of 4 and it's like, oh, this feels so good, and the body's going, let's just pause for a breath, not a breath, but a couple seconds. And then exhale, from there we continue on. So a pause in the breath, you're going to come across this when the body, your mind and your body's going to go, let's just pause here for a moment, which is really only a second or 2. However, what you want to avoid is holding your breath. And my experience from growing up is, when I was told to hold my breath, it was like, and you'd breathe deep, you would tense the body up because the expectation is you're going to hold your breath for absolutely as long as possible. So I like to distinguish between holding my breath and pausing. my breath. In the pause, it's just you stop. And then you continue on. Whereas when you're holding, it's like, and you're expecting to hold that breath for a very, very long time. When we pause, it's just for a second or two. So you want to avoid, filling the lungs so they feel like they're going to burst and holding for a long, long time. It generates tension in the body. When we're pausing the breath, well, it doesn't generate any tension. We're just stop and then continue on. So that's the whole idea here, is pausing, coordinate the breath with your movement. Breathe in, breathe deep, breathe full for a count of 4. Start the movement, the individual movement in an exercise when you begin. And when you get to 4, you want the hands to finish their movement as well. And then on the exhale, you move in the opposite direction for a count of 4. So the goal is finish the breath, finish the movement at the same time. And if you're a bit ahead, you want to slow down. And if you're falling behind, like you're not going to finish the movement in a count of 4, well, you might want to speed up a little bit. So coordinating the breath with your movement keeps the Shen involved, keeps the breath regulated for a count of 4, and keeps the movement going smoothly for a count of 4 as well. And that's it for today.